So our next honor awards a pioneering Black journalist of extraordinary accomplishment who has broken barriers and blazed trails, the Trailblazer. 2017's nominee also meets the awards requirement of making extraordinary contributions to the advancement of news coverage of issues involving African Americans or Black people of African descent in the Delaware Valley. Tonight, there's only one word. Y'all get it? Y'all get it? Let me say it again. There's only one word to describe the 2017 PABJ Trailblazer honoree.
You're listening to HealthQuest Live on 900 AM WURD. I'm Sara Lomax Reese. WURD is really, the voice of the community. I think that we must tell our own stories from our own perspective, in our own voice. There are so many places that don't necessarily see us as fully human that are telling our stories.
With this commitment, Sara Lomax Reese is walking firmly in the footsteps of her lifelong mentor and sponsor, the legendary philanthropist, entrepreneur, and visionary, her father, the late Dr. Walter Lomax, who founded WURD 900 AM.
My father was the original trailblazer.
Her first venture was a magazine promoting Black health and wellness in Atlanta, Georgia. She was editor and publisher of HealthQuest for 10 years, then moved to WURD to start her career in broadcasting.
Eventually, I got kind of pulled in bit by bit, ended up, really jumping in with both feet.
And those feet began a new journey for an African-American-owned independent radio station, creating a multimedia platform in a corporate media-on-demand world.
We've embraced that challenge, and we work very hard to live in that environment where we do podcasts and we do video and a lot of events, a lot of community engagement. We do, obviously, radio.
On air, online, and in the community, Sara carved out a unique niche for the station with WURD Speaks, bringing national thought leaders to Philadelphia.
We have a little bit more of a mission-focused reason for being, which is really to empower the Black community with information and resources. There's these disconnects in terms of what's here and what our people can access. And so we see ourselves as that bridge.
Behind the mic, the conversation at WURD is a round-the-clock opportunity to touch the lives of Black people.
And we're talking about these upcoming local elections where district attorney, for instance.
We do things around education, about social justice, about police reform, health and wellness, economic empowerment, and wealth creation, which is so important. We do a lot of live broadcasts, so we can really take the show on the road and bring our listeners with us.
Sara takes her listeners to the heights of celebrity, like her meeting with legendary NASA scientist Katherine Johnson from Hidden Figures. But her special passion is how to take our community to a place of healing.
We are in such distress a lot of times as a community. I love when we come together as community to do things like qigong or drumming or, things that really soothe our souls.
Sara stays centered through her own yoga practice, and she meditates every day.
Get still and listen to, that inner voice, that divine consciousness that really guides my every move.
With guidance and faith, Sara keeps a long-range mission in her sights.
My big vision is that we would be this hub for Pan-African information and conversation. What's going on in Brazil and South America and South Africa and Jamaica and, London and just really, build this international Black conversation. So that's what I'm thinking.
For her work to take Black independent media into a new era, the Philadelphia Association of Black Journalists salutes Sara Lomax Reese with the 2017 Trailblazer Award.
Good evening, everyone. So this is a room full of journalists, so I wrote my remarks, so bear with me. I just want to thank the Philadelphia Association of Black Journalists for this incredible honor. You have taken great care in creating tonight's event and I want to acknowledge how much I appreciate your professionalism, patience, and kindness that you've shown me during this process. I want to congratulate all of my fellow awardees who make receiving this award all the sweeter because of the company I am keeping. I want to thank my family, my husband Tim, and my son Julian for joining me tonight, my mother Beverly, my siblings Charles and Claire, my niece Allison, and my nephew Bennett, my friends Monte and Stephanie, my WURD crew, yes, and my colleagues from the Lenfest Institute for Journalism who are here in force, and to everyone who's here tonight, I really want to thank you. As a mother of 3 sons, I understand how powerful it is when you bear witness to another's life journey. This idea of being seen and acknowledged matters. But it's not just the mere act of being seen, but who is taking notice and bearing witness matters. And that is why this particular award means so much to me. I am grateful anytime my work or the work of WURD is acknowledged. But being honored as a trailblazer by the Philadelphia Association of Black Journalists is extra special. And when I got word of this honor, I wasn't quite sure why it hit me differently, stronger, more viscerally. What I realized is that early in my career, I made a choice that would change the trajectory of my life. While I have always been an avid reader and writer, majoring in English in college, going to Columbia Journalism School, writing for several newspapers and magazines, co-founding a Black Health magazine, and now running Pennsylvania's only Black talk radio station, very early in my career, my gravitational pull was towards the business side of journalism. So for many years, I have self-identified as more of an entrepreneur than a journalist. I've been espousing the absolute necessity of Black media ownership throughout my career. Being able to shape the editorial direction of a magazine and now a talk radio station, to be able to hire and groom writers and now radio personalities has been a great privilege and joy. But I am equally passionate about the critical importance of sales and marketing and distribution, understanding that all of these pieces allow us to support and grow independent Black media. This award is an acknowledgement that this community sees and values me and my work. And that is what we try to do every day at WURD for Philadelphia's Black community. For people who are often stereotyped, marginalized, caricatured, and rendered voiceless. We see and hear and value our stories, placing them at the center of our narrative. We honor the fullness of our humanity. We share our struggles, joys, fears, pain. We honor our greatness and the deep, deep complexity of our modern day reality. I walk in the path of my activists, journalists, media entrepreneurs who came before me, like Frederick Douglass and Ida B. Wells and so many others. I like to share this quote every time I get an opportunity to speak because it is a powerful reminder that Black media ownership, telling our own stories in our own voice, has always been a critical part of the journalistic landscape. So in 1847, when he was about to launch the North Star newspaper, Frederick Douglass wrote, "We are now about to assume the management of the editorial department of a newspaper devoted to the cause of liberty, humanity, and progress. The position is one which, with the purest motives, we have long desired to occupy. It has long been our anxious wish to see in this slave-holding, slave-trading, and Negro-hating land a printing press and paper permanently established under the complete control and direction of the immediate victims of slavery and oppression. 170 years later, everyone in this room knows that our struggle continues. We must remain strong, fortified, and committed to speaking truth to power wherever, whenever, whatever. I am grateful and deeply humbled by this award. Thank you very much.
So let's give it up one more time. Yeah. It's cool. I feel like I just found my next mentor. Right, Sarah? She didn't even hear me. Darn. Okay. That was no, it got it.